Parents have read it. What is an unspoken reality of parenting that people simply don't talk about, but everyone knows is true? If you see a deer, horse, eagle, plane, etc. while driving, no, you ducking didn't. By the time you say look, and they say where and you point it out, it'll be long gone. The repercussions are not worth dealing with. The monster truck incident of 2024 really sealed this in my brain. Getting toddlers to do things is like convincing your drunk roommate to do something. Emotions high. Attention low. Timeline long. My two favorite things in this world are, 1. Being with my kids, and 2. Not being with my kids. The younger they are, the more they want your time. The older they are, the more you want their time. Each stage they grow into, you lose the version you knew and loved before. It's not that you don't love the new version. But sometimes I miss my little toddler buddy who thought I was cool. My son is a preteen now, and sometimes I miss younger versions of him like an old friend I haven't seen in years. If you do it right, the goal is to have them be independent people who can function without you. You give everything to them for years with the intention of them leaving. But even knowing that, each one of those steps they take away from you is bittersweet. We have a good relationship and I hope we maintain that where he'll want to spend time with me as an adult. But even if he does, he'll be busy with his own life and I need to accept that. Edit, thank you everyone for crying with me. I feel validated and less alone. Seeing the shift in your parents who recognize becoming a grandparent is an opportunity to do better where they ducked up with you is a trip. There will be many a time that you watch your parents interacting with your kids and think to yourself, who the hell is that? Did you have a grumpy dad who yelled a lot? Maybe a mom who was a total control freak? They don't live here anymore. This is grandma and grandpa's house now. And you don't know them. Sometimes you can pour your heart into an activity, an idea, a trip, or even a holiday and they hate it. Sometimes things are a disaster and it's so hard not to be upset. But it's important to be flexible and continue on. That one took me a while to learn. We can't always predict what will happen, but we, as the parents, have to control how we react. It took me a long time to learn to do things that I wanted to do, that I hoped they'd enjoy too, rather than always try to do something that I thought they'd love but wasn't worth all of the effort or stress. Everyone loses their temper or says you does something that they regret. It is such a difficult, stressful job raising kids. And we are all human. Online a lot of people will treat you like you're a monster because you lost it and shouted out of frustration or whatever. But they're full of shit. What matters is how you handle it. Just make sure you apologize and explain it, etc. It doesn't hurt kids to know you're human or that people get angry. What's hurtful is acting like they deserve it. All those don't shake the baby warnings make a lot more sense once you have one. When you don't have one, you're like who the duck would shake a baby? Then when you're sleep deprived and up at 2 a.m. with a screaming baby for the 4th night in a row and nothing you do seems to help, you're like, yeah, I get it. I'm not going to. But I get it. Not everyone. But it is normal to not have the overwhelming sense of love flood your body when you first see your baby, like shows, books, and some people describe. They plop this messy blob of a stranger on your lap after chaos and pain. Even when they're cute and tiny, they still don't give anything back until they start smiling weeks later. Love can build for a baby over their first days, weeks, and months. You are not a bad parent for not feeling super connected to them instantly. However, if you feel completely disconnected, angry toward them, have no desire to care for them, or have feelings of harming them or yourself, it's time to ask for help. I can't believe no one has said this yet. Because my mom friends all agree it's an unspoken reality for us all. That's the intrusive thoughts. I'm talking about how you are watching your toddler run around the room happily and then bam. In your mind's eye you see them falling and cracking their head against the table. I see every danger. In a paranoid way. My child could endure. She will be eating a bag of fruit snacks and bam. I'm imagining she's choking. On the bright side, it's made me aware of potential dangers and I can minimize that as much as possible. It wears me out and terrifies me. I talk to my mom about it. Other mom friends about it. And they're all like, "Oh yeah, we have that." Sometimes. You won't like your kid. You'll love them because they're yours. But they're their own person with an individual personality. Sometimes. That personality sucks. The last will always sneak up on you. At some point. You'll set them down and never pick them up again. You'll change the last diaper. They'll come crawl into bed with you for the last time. You'll play with them and their toys for the last time. And what's worse? You don't know it's the last time. You'll do something mundane and it'll hit you like a brick wall. And you won't remember the last time you did something. But you'll feel the emptiness it leaves behind. Having a kid is like having a little broke best friend that thinks you're rich. When they get to teenage years, you have to start letting them solve most problems themselves, not really bad ones though. When all you want to do is charge in and fix it for them. Occasionally you will think about different choices you could have made with your life. And someone, or maybe yourself, will say, "But I wouldn't have the kids." And there's a statistical chance above 0% that you may think that's okay. And it's fine if you do. You love your kids. You are glad you have them. It's okay to think about the alternate universe where you aren't a parent. You can do everything right as a parent. But your kids may still not be successful. Or happy. There will be days where you don't like being a parent and your kids will annoy you to the point of tears. It's okay. You're human. What matters is taking a deep breath. Trying your best, even if that's rotting in bed with the kids rotting next to you watching TV, and knowing tomorrow is a new day. You'll stress about your kids' safety, health, mental health, their social life, their school, their everything at least a few times a day. Every day for the rest of your life. You know those childhood diseases you're glad you won't have to deal with again? You have to deal with them again. Fun. How much you think about another person's poop. Weaponizing them in a divorce is one of the lowest things you can do. But people do it all the time. Regardless of how it affects them. There are times when you like them best when they are sleeping. The only advice I give expectant parents is a little out there. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. I'm a special needs dad. It's amazing how many plans my wife and I had before our son was born. All of that was shot to hell. You just have to do the best you can with the hand you are dealt. Oh, and stay away from influencers. None of that is real. The way your parents raised you will not work for your kids. It does not get any easier as they get older. Bigger kids have bigger problems. I wish people were honest about that. I didn't feel that strongly about children in general before we had ours. They just kind of existed. They weren't something I had to deal with. I would get along with them fine, but there wasn't strong emotions about it. I wondered if I would feel the same way becoming a parent. I wondered if that would make me a bad parent. Now I have them. And I can't even express the absolute burst of pure love I can feel just looking at them. My love for my spouse is like a warm sunshiny day, but my love for my children is like a radiating supermassive star. Now I understand why someone would be willing to die for their children. But also guilt. That this world isn't what it should be. And I've brought them into a future hellscape. I hope it gets better. It's gross. It never stops being gross. With babies, clearly there's a level of okay. Diapers. But being prepared while in a car to reach behind you and catch your kid's vomit is entirely something no one prepared me for. Teenagers? Dear Lord, the smell. And dirty underwear and tissues. Exploding diapers always happen when you want it to happen the least. Kids are germ warfare labs. And every daycare center has had a breakout pandemic of something, hand, foot and mouth. Cold or flu. And best of all, norovirus. And when your kid is sick, please keep them home to the best of your abilities. I know that's a big ask. Especially for many people it's not possible. Speaking not as a parent, but as an early childhood educator who has had norovirus twice and got flu twice in the same year.